Yeah, well, in terms of low oil prices and what impact that has, so we're not necessarily master of our own destiny anymore. So we don't have projects that are constantly coming out that we can have a strong organizational strategy that's built around continuing projects. So we have to have a little bit of a pause. And what we're trying to do is to use that period of pause to make sure that we get our house in order, that we stay lean and focused, that we stay disciplined on what sort of projects that we're looking to bid on, what projects are good for TK, where we add a competitive advantage. And so for us, that means that we're much more selective in terms of what we're bidding. And there's really not much happening, so we don't bid the large Brazilian tenders that have been out there recently because that doesn't fit our sweet spot. So where we are at the moment is we're in the North Sea looking at redeployments, working very hard with our customers and potential customers there in the North Sea. And what we need to do in order to get that confidence to place those new projects is we need to work on our execution strategy. So we're working hard with our supply chain. We're working hard not only in terms of working with shipyards, but we're working very much with the customers in terms of early engineering and getting as much detail during this period so that when oil prices get to a point that they can then go and place that project, we've got the detail in, we've got the planning in, we have a much more robust project that can then go forward. So we're trying to use this slow period very wisely, maintain competency and be ready to go once things improve. Yeah, I think it's important to note that in the current environment where we have cost cutting, that we never compromise safety. And I think this is something that not only in TK, but we don't, safety is something that we don't compete on. Frankly, safety is something that we should take as a given across the whole industry. And so I would challenge all of us right now to be very focused on areas where we are reducing cost, where we're trying to cut, that we don't take shortcuts that will impact on quality, the integrity of what we're putting out there, and ultimately on safety as well. So for us, when we are looking to reduce costs, we are going through a quite robust risk mitigation strategy where we look at what will the impact be on our assets out there and making sure that we do not compromise safety whatsoever. We're seeing a very strong focus from the regulatory bodies, particularly in Norway and in the UK sector, where they're coming with new audits to make sure that the current round of cost cutting is not impacting safety. So I think that's very important to keep in top of mind and remain very focused on that particular point. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to see paradigm shifts when you're in the middle of a storm like we are and you're trying to get through projects that are currently underway and you're trying to extend contracts with customers that are not making a lot of money because of low oil prices. But certainly one paradigm shift that I do see is in terms of the collaboration and the partnering that I'm very strong on and we talk about as TK, is that you'll see that partnering is not only vertical with the customer, ourselves as the lease contractor and our supply chain, but you will start to see more of a horizontal coordination and partnering where we look at other players. So maybe it's a subsea contractor, maybe it's a wells contractor, and you come together and try and put together the best cost-effective solution and technological solution for our customers. And I think it's incumbent upon us as contractors to be very service focused in this area. So that's one big area that we see. I think also with the large changes that you're seeing in the supplier base. So you're seeing some big companies, global industrial players that are coming in, buying up smaller players. They're having a much larger chunk of the supply chain. And that's going to bring changes in how we put together FPSO projects going forward. So our view is that we really need to partner with, whether it's the likes of GE and Siemens and these large players that now can offer a broader solution. We need to work together and bring those benefits to our customers.